So, hey everyone, I want to welcome you back to an episode of BWMB. And we are joined by a woman who is making major moves in the industry, and we are so excited to share her with you today. I'm joined by the Senior Vice President and Chief Strategic Officer. Let's get all of them titles right because she has earned each and every one, Miss Shahida Mausi. And we want to respect the names and get them properly, but she's going to also introduce herself because I'm not going to Steve Harvey this thing today. So jump on in here with me.
Hi, it's so nice to be here with you. My name is Shahida Mausi.
Yes, thank you so much for your grace and helping me with that. You guys, I'm excited to talk with her because our careers got started in nightclub promotion. So this is near and dear to my heart. So I'm so excited and honored to be with her today. So if you wouldn't mind just telling us a little bit about your role at the Black Promoters Collective.
Well, my company, The Right Productions, which is 25 years old now, is one of the 6 partner entities that created the Black Promoters Collective. So as an owner of The Right Productions, I'm a partner in the Black Promoters Collective.
Yay, I love that, partners. So we have several different entities and people who specialize in different aspects of running this production. But tell me how that came about that you guys decided that you would work together.
Well, the pandemic was horrible in so many aspects. But, for every difficulty, if you look hard enough and you seek it hard enough, you'll find a blessing. And so for us, that blessing was while we as individuals and as different companies were not able to do what we normally do, which is to produce and promote shows and events, all we could do was get together on the telephone on a weekly basis and commiserate and talk and dream. And we dreamed up the Black Promoters Collective. My son, Suleiman Mausi, and my business partner came together with another member of the team now, Shelby Joyner, and together they reached out to others in the industry and created the Black Promoters Collective as a collective effort. So that's how it happened. It was a positive outgrowth of the pandemic.
And then if you don't mind, could we jump into specifically what role you and your company play within that collective?
Well, all of us have different strengths. One of my strengths and one of the strengths of the Right Productions is that we have managed and operated a major venue in the United States for now, it's been 20 years. Yeah, this will be the 20th year. We manage and operate the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater in the city of Detroit. So I am the owner of a company that is unique in the country as a Black-owned entity controlling a major entertainment venue. That venue is 6,000 seats. It is downtown Detroit on an international waterway and is ranked one of the top amphitheaters in the world. So as a Black-owned company, but also as a woman, I think I'm the only woman in the country that controls a venue of this size.
I love it. So there's all the street cred there, ladies, in terms of her credentials. I want to give some people some insight who have not had titles, C-suite titles, and really kind of jump into what that sort of day-to-day operational responsibility looks like. And so if you could tell us what one of your biggest responsibilities, like when the collective comes to the table and they're like, this is your jam here, what does that look like?
For me, that's an administrative role. It's because of the history that I've had in administrative functions, both in the for-profit, nonprofit, and governmental sectors. So, I've had those different roles, and each of those has prepared me, I think, to take on this one. Looking at the finances, looking at the legal structures, looking at also the give back of the organization. That you must be an active, ingrained part of the community because it's who we are. It's who we are benefited by and for. So, being mindful of those kinds of things is also something that I care deeply about. So, yeah, those things. But, coming from having started a business 25 years ago, right? And started it in a spare bedroom, with a loan from family and all that kind of stuff. To learn the aspects of business is essential. When you don't have a full-time accountant, you better learn QuickBooks on your own, and you better learn it. You need to dig into those things that are marketing and all the various aspects of your business, because the more you know as you grow, the more you're able to effectively supervise and monitor those people that you hire. If you don't know a thing about it, you really are in a tough way to tell them what they are or are not doing. So, yeah, learning from the ground up, learning from hands-on has been a real blessing. And learning from all of the places where you stubbed your toe or you hit your knee, those are lessons that that you write down and you remember and that you share with other people.
Yes, success and failures. Well, I like to call them challenges rather than failures. Success and challenges definitely leave clues. And so, what is on the horizon and what can we expect from your company moving forward?
Well, we have had a wonderful launch to the Black Motors Collective. We are doing national tours of varying capacities and look for us to do more of that in different genres, attracting different demographics. It's really a pleasure for us to be able to serve the population, the audiences, but also treating the artists the way that they deserve to be treated, and with the respect and care that enables them to go out on that stage and do great things. If you treat people well, then when they're on stage, it comes through. It's part of a holistic system, if you will.
Yes, the artists are so excited to be there when they are well taken care of. And so, having said that, let's stay in that same space. What are some of the things that you think are important to these kinds of experiences? And what are some of the things you guys want to make sure that the guests experience when they come to one of your events?
Well, we want them to know that they're respected, that that their concerns are our concerns. So, as I said, giving back to the communities that help to support what we do is important to us. So we're doing that in a myriad of different ways, and we'll continue to do that. That's a commitment from us to our community. So we'll do that, but making sure that it's a wonderful experience, that people feel safe and warm, that when you come to a Black Motors Collective event, it's family, whether you know the person next to you or not, but make it a positive experience for everybody. Make it warm, make it inviting. And I think that comes through from the first time that you enter one of our events till the time that you go away. We want to thank people, be respectful to them, show them our appreciation, put on a great show.
Yes.
You will not be shortchanged at a Black Motors Collective event ever. We make sure of that, and we bring artists that are excellent to the stage, those that are seasoned and those that you're just now learning about.
Yes, I can say that because you guys, if you're paying attention to their roster, and we will make sure that you stay connected with their upcoming events on our platforms, you do not want to miss one of their shows. So I would love to give the ladies that are watching this some support. A lot of people are ready to be outside, and they are hosting their own version of events. And so let's talk about first from a business perspective. What are some things that, whether you're throwing a boutique event and there's maybe 50 people to they're trying to pack a stadium with thousands of people, what are some of the main considerations that they need to account for?
First of all, setting up a strong budget, a realistic budget, so that you're not budgeting for an event that's going to be a sellout. It might not be a sellout. What is the percentage that you need in order for the event to at least break even? So that you don't go home in worse shape than you showed up that day, right? So what is that realistic number? And can you and how do you get there? Then beyond that, looking at things that are endemic to our industry, safety. Safety is important. Making sure that you have a security team that's well trained and well staffed for your event. But that what happens if there's a medical emergency? Are you prepared for that? Have you thought of a strategy? Do you have someone on site, or what's your go-to for that? I've had medical emergencies in the audience and backstage, so you have to be prepared for these kinds of things. Making sure that you've got a safe environment on the stage and off the stage is key, in my opinion.
I
And
love it.
working with the community, working with the police, letting them know what's happening so that, when they drive past, they know, oh, that's what's going on over there. Oh, okay, well, maybe I should stop in, or maybe I shouldn't, but whatever the case may be, working with the community so that people know to expect. And also find a way to give back every time. Something small, something big, something.
I love the spirit of giving back, because it's just the right energy to approach the situation. And having worked in a male dominated industry, and seeing success in that, what are some of the things that you think have contributed to your success, despite maybe some of the good and bad energy that you've received as a woman?
uh, Tenacity, being absolutely determined to do what it is that I came to do. And that's all that I came to do. You know, you know,
That
there
part
have
right
been
there, y'all ladies.
that part, you know. So yeah, there have been those challenges over the years. There have been times when I walked into a room of industry professionals, then there were hundreds of people and there were four women in the room. And I think I was again the only Black woman in the room. So, and you walk into that room, you carry on that conversation, you make yourself known. Yes, I'm here and I deserve to be here and I'm going to be here. So we may as well get acquainted.
Oh, I love the grace and the power that was behind that statement. I can't wait to turn that one into a graphic, because that was so, so powerful. Before we get out of here, I'd love to talk about balance. A lot of women, especially as entrepreneurs, and the world is moving so fast with the 11,000 things that we need to do to maintain our businesses. How do you create balance and harmony between what you do professionally and your personal life?
Well, first of all, I love what I do professionally and I love my family. But I guess I kind of cheat because I have four sons who are all now grown men, and they also all work in one aspect or another in my company. So when I go to work every day, I get hugs from my children, and it's like the best, the best. But coming up, I was working for other people, and there were many days when my sons had to go with me, which is how they basically learned the business. So we did. I had the honor of being the executive producer for Mandela Mandela at Tiger Stadium when Nelson Mandela and Winnie Mandela came to Detroit. And my sons worked with me to do that. And yet, when Mr. Mandela pulled up into the stadium and they closed the doors, one of my sons was locked outside because I'd sent him on an errand. So, it just, the balance is that they're involved. They're part of what I do. They always have been. They're the reason that I do what I do, and it's been a blessing to have them with me every step of the way. So I guess that for me is the balance. Is that my children came along with me.
I love that. And so you said something there, and I want to stick in this for a minute because a lot of us are raising children, and 4 sons, that's a lot of boys, and that you raised to men. What's the secret to that success?
Again, tenacity. Do not give up. And a lot of prayer. My knees are worn thin. But it works, it works to stay with them and stay on them and keep them close to you. I think that's the biggest part, and try your very level best to impart the values of why you do what you do to them, and be tough. Get your bluff in early.
I love it. Yeah. Did they get taller than you?
Got my bluff in early. I'm only 5 feet tall. I had to.
Yeah, my mom always used to tell my brother, sit down, you ain't gonna stand over me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
I
he
love
did.
it.
And he does.
Go and sit right on down because you're not gonna stand over me. Well,
Exactly.
I would love to leave everyone with what is the big next for the Black Promoters Collective and how we can support that.
Watch for our shows. Watch for our shows. We're coming to cities all across this country. And if I have my dream, it's all across this world. Watch the Black Promoters Collective grow.
I love it. And we'll make sure that all of you ladies get connected with them on their social media channels, as well as their web address, so that you can stay connected to them and make sure that you don't miss not another thing that they have coming. So thank you so much for joining us today. We so appreciate your energy, your grace, and for being a shining example of what it means to be a Black woman who means business.
Thank you so much for having me. And thank you for this forum.
Thank you. So ladies, remember to go out today and trust your brilliance. That's your keys to success. So we'll talk to you soon, and make today amazing.